Alright, you lot, how's it going? Look what I got here. The Savage SS, the brilliant, the fantastic, the legendary Savage SS. I haven't had the chance to use this at all in the last few months. Nowhere near as much as I wanted to this summer. This is probably, I don't know, I probably could say this is my favourite RC car that I have at the moment, that I currently have. Probably, maybe even ever. It's just absolutely fantastic. A little bit gutted that I ruined the shell because I'm not going to get another one of these shells, but that's alright because it's all down to the patina, it's all down to the life of this car. You know, the life that it's currently having, it's all down to it. Even the burn, everything, it's just part of it. But now and again, what I like to do, because I like to run hump packs or rechargeable batteries in all of my RC cars, because it's just what I do. I don't like to chop and change. Some people do. Some people have one or two hump packs, and by hump pack, I haven't got any out at the moment because they're all in the cars. But some people have one or two, and they change them if they want to use one, because you can only use one car at a time, and you can't, you know. So it doesn't make any sense to have more than one battery, because you can only use one car at a time. But a bloody pain in the arse, you know what I mean? Every time you can't have a spontaneousness, in my opinion. You know, I like to just wake up in the morning, no plan, no nothing, look out the window and go, you know what, I'm gonna have a go of a nitro car. Literally pick one up, walk out the door. I like spontaneousness like that. And if you've only got one battery, you know, you got to think, well, I'm going to go and have a go of a nitro car. You got to go and get one. You got to go to the one you got to undo all the battery tray. They don't make it easy. And then you got to put it in the one you want. Fanny around with that. By the time you've done that, you've lost all the interest. Well, I have anyway. By the time I've done all that, I'm like, yeah, forget it. I'll go and do something else. So I have one battery, not one battery, I have more than one battery, and every car has a battery in it. That way, all I've got to do is pick it up, go wherever I want to go, turn it on, hope that it's got charged, because I'm bad for charging them up, and away I go. But my point is, I'm getting well out of topic here. Now and again, if I don't use them, because the batteries are in them all the time, I like to just charge them up, give them a bit of a cycle, give the battery a bit of a, you know what I mean, make it work a bit. So I'm just about to stick this one on the old charger there, make sure that this battery's all alright, because this was a brand new battery in there, and it's probably only been charged up once and used 3 times, you know. So just going to give it a charge, make sure that its all electric levels are perfectly fine, and away we go. Here's something for you to think about. Do you ever, right, have you ever really thought about this? Maybe you're one of the very small percentage of people this doesn't happen to. But do you ever think that your brain isn't in your voice? Like, for example, if you're in a shop and you think to yourself, do I get a pot noodle? Do I get a packet of crisps? It's in your head, isn't it? You go, and you're talking to yourself in your voice, in your own voice. But sometimes it's not your voice, is it? Sometimes it's a different voice. Now, that's called an internal monologue. When you've got your voice in your head, you just talk to it. It's normal. Loads of people do it. Now, I was listening to the radio earlier on today, and they were talking about it on the radio. And the presenters were saying, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And so they said, which is true, some people don't have an internal monologue. I can't imagine what that must be like. Not having a voice in your head telling you what to do and to talk to. Sometimes I'm in a shop and I say, well, sometimes I talk out loud. Like you'd be in a shop and you say, shall I get some Jaffa cakes? Shall I get this? Like, an example the other day, it was a Friday. Some days on a Friday I like to treat myself. So I was in a shop, and I don't drink energy drinks because they're tremendously bad for you. Some days on a Friday I might get one because I like them. Bit of a treat for myself, you know. And I was standing there and I said, shall I get myself a Monster? And a little person there said, yeah, get one. And a little person there said, no, go and get yourself a milkshake or something, a lot better for you. And that little person there said, no, get the Monster, and while you're at it, go and get yourself a packet of donuts. I look over here at the donuts and I think, oh yeah. The little person there says, no, don't do that. Get yourself a chocolate milkshake. It's a lot better for you. And sometimes, you know, that's the way it goes. But I can't imagine not having any voice in there to talk to when you're walking around shops or when you're doing things. You know, you think, I'm going to go and do this, I'm going to go and do that, and it's in your voice. Sometimes it might not be in the accent that you are. It might be in a different accent. Like for a while, my one was Irish for some reason. Then it went back to being me again. And it seems that some people have voices in their heads, tells them what to do, like they talk to themselves. But it's a famous person, Barry White, Barry Manilow, Katy Perry, things like that. People are phoning into this radio station telling all the time, and I'm like, yes, it's not just me, it's brilliant. So put in the comments if you're one of these, because I knew this anyway because I'm interested in all this kind of stuff. But some people don't have an internal monologue, so it's quiet up there. I can't imagine what it must be like to have nothing up there. No one talking to you. There's no voice in your head. That must be a crazy thing. So if you're one of those small percentage of people, that must be mad. It must be incredibly peaceful. So just write it in the comments. I want to know where you're from, so I know kind of what accent you'd have. And I want to know what your internal monologue, what your voice in your head sounds like. Is it you? Is it someone else? Is it a different voice? Is it a different accent? What is it? Because I find all that kind of stuff fascinating. And as I said, if you haven't got one, obviously you won't know what it's like to have one. I can't imagine not having me talking in my head. Like I just said something then, but you didn't hear it because it was in my head. See, I said something again in my head. Just mad. So if you can't do that, crazy, mad. But I want to know. I find it all fascinating. Anyway, the battery's on charge. It's getting on. It's bloody 8:30 and it's pitch black out there. It's mad, crazy at the moment. We're meant to be in summer. I think this car's due a nice ragging as such, because I can't remember. I think the last time I did run this Savage, I think I was in that car park and it was quite small, and I did go down the road a couple of times, but I want to take it to that same field where I took the GTX2 to a couple of weeks ago, because that's a lovely field. They cut the grass nice and low, it's quite flat and smooth, and I'll just be able to rag it. I'd be able to get it right up to full throttle, second gear, flat out, blow all the cobwebs out of it, because this engine's never actually been flat out, you know. I've never had enough space to be able to get it to go flat out. So I think that's definitely due. I'm going to have to do that if I get a chance at some point. Maybe the weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend coming up, so I mean I'll get an extra day, so I'll get Monday and all. And we'll see. I've got a little bit of testing to do on another car though. Look at that. You see that blue melted there? That's where the shell is rubbing on it. Well, not where it rubs, but that's where it touches the exhaust, and the exhaust has melted the shell. Now a lot of people, you probably look at that and you think, bloody my god, that is bloody disgusting, that is awful, that they ruined my exhaust. Whereas I don't see that. I see excellence. That now is adding personality and character to this car. Because that is, you know, and even on the shell where we've got that where it's melted away, that's personality, that's character, you know, that is it. You know, it is what it is. That is how it is, you know. And I think it's bloody brilliant, you know. I really do. I mean, each to their own, and you all do what you want to do. But I think when you just leave things alone and you let things do what they're gonna do, yeah, that is the best thing. Because I do remember when I first fitted this engine and this exhaust, I put the shell on and I noticed it was hitting that. But I just haven't got the compellingness. I'm not compelled to stop that from happening, because it's just how it is. It's just what's going to happen. It's just, you know. And now look what we've got. We've got personality and we've got character, you know. I could have spent ages messing around trying to put braces behind the shell there to hold it out with bits of lollipop stick or whatever to try and push that bit of shell out so that it didn't hit the exhaust. I could have put something on there and on there to hold the shell out. I could have put a cover over the exhaust like a shield around the exhaust there to stop the shell so that it hit the shell and hit the shield and you know, stopped it from burning. I could have done loads of stuff, but I didn't want to. And now I'm glad I didn't, because we've got character and we've got personality. Right, you lot, I'm out of here. Well, I'm not out of here, I've still got stuff to do, but I'm going to stop talking to you lot. I've got three chargers. Oh, that reminds me, by the way, I've noticed now, GT Power, I did tell you a while ago, because I noticed a while ago, but GT Power's now got products in wheelspin models, and I think I think they're in other shops, but I know they're definitely in wheelspin models. GT Power are the people who make this X2 Pro charger, which is a very nice charger. They've got the bloody wire cord here, so I can't put it too far. I've done a review on this a while ago, and do you know what, I really liked it. And the reason I've got onto that point is because I'm going to put loads of batteries on charge in one go with all my chargers. This one will do 2 batteries, and I've got 2 other chargers. So if you like this charger by the look of it, and if I remember, I'll put a link to the review that I done in this video, and go and have a look at them. They're in wheelspin models, and you can buy them from the website themselves. And I think they've got some new ones as well, so maybe we'll have a look at some of their new ones at some point as well. I'm going to start looking at all the chargers and all them kind of stuff, because I always get questions, what chargers should I use, what this, what that, you know. So I thought to myself, you know what, what's the harm? I can start looking and doing reviews of different chargers, transmitters and things like that. If the companies are willing to send them to me to have a look at, you know. You never know. I'll do my best and see what we can get, because I think that would be quite fun. You never know, do you? So cheerio from Mr. Savage SS, the one and only, the fantastic legend, the Savage SS. And also, goodbye from me, Orinoco. Have a wonderful day, treat people nicely, treat people how you want to be treated, and in that way we should have a nice, happy life. And if your little voice in your head isn't you, please let me know. And even if it is, I just find it fascinating, you know. And when I found out that some people, a very small percentage, it is a small percentage, I actually watched a whole documentary on it, because when I found out that it was, you know, I was talking to people and I was like, my voice is Irish in my head, and they were like, what? But you're not Irish. I was like, I know that, but my voice is Irish. I think it goes by the people that you're around at the time. I thought someone was calling my name. That's quite ironic, really, isn't it? Maybe I'm going mad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it goes by the people you're around at the time, because, for example, at the moment, everyone I'm working with is Albanian. They're all Albanian. There's a few Indians. And I catch myself in my head talking to myself with a bloody Albanian accent. And what the bloody hell are you doing? And when I was working with a lot of Irish people, it was an Irish person. In fact, it was an actual person I'm working with. It was his voice. Mad, isn't it? So, just let me know, man. Am I crazy or not? I don't know. I'll see you later on. All the best.